What is up, guys? This is Tcg Sam here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about one of the most underrated sidecars this format that I think every deck should be siding pretty much to beat some of the top combo decks out there. But before we begin, I just want to ask you guys to please remember, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps keep me motivated to keep posting more videos like this, and it really helps the channel out. But with that being said, let's just hop straight into it. So the card I'm going to be talking about is Different Dimension Ground. It's a very simple card that just reads, this turn any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So why is this card so good in the meta, first of all, and why do I believe that this card should be sided? Well, if you consider some of the top combo decks right now, obviously Tri-Brigade is up there, and what do Tri-Brigades need? They need a graveyard full of monsters to banish for their effects. So obviously if you shotgun this, then their turn, like 9 times out of 10, is going to be completely stopped. Because, well, they literally can't summon their extra deck properly unless they have like multiple extenders to like hard summon it. But even then, like, it's not even that good because all their resources get banished, and their link monsters, like the Tri-Brigade link monsters themselves, without going to grave, they don't really do anything either. And then if you consider another meta deck, Drytron, so these I think are like the big 2 combo decks this format. Considering Drytrons as well, like if they don't have a graveyard, like they lose so much of their value. Like, they don't lose like as hard as Tri-Brigade because you can still tribute the Drytrons to summon it and then get like their searches, but they lose so much of their versatility and their utility. Like pretty much all they can do, like if their hand is full of Drytrons, like is make a rank 1 into Zeus. Like that's the best they can do. Essentially, that's pretty much skips their turn and takes away all their follow-up. That's why I believe that Different Dimension Ground against those 2 combo decks are really important to side, because essentially they act as turn skips. And the best part about it is, like, it doesn't even lose to back removal like Harpy's Feather Duster or Twin Twisters like a Floodgate might, like Macrocosmos, for example. Like, if you had like Macrocosmos compared to this, like, sure, it's a Floodgate that technically could last forever, but in this case, if your opponent has like Twin or back removal, you can just chain this, and it makes you lose less hard to it, which is also a really huge part about it that I think is like kind of underrated about it. Like, obviously you can say that like a bunch of trap cards are good going first, that you can, like, there can be only one rivalry, like goes in, like all those like technically stop the combo decks, sure, but the biggest problem about them is that they lose to back removal. Not to mention that if they kind of hurt your deck as well, it can prevent you from trying to game your opponent, and that could be huge. Meanwhile, a card like Different Dimension Ground, it only lasts for that single turn. So once it resolves and it goes back to your turn, like the graveyard is back to normal. So if your deck is a graveyard reliant deck, you're still able to push out for game. And then the final part I just want to mention about this card, it is a normal trap card, meaning it is searchable with a card like Trap Trick, Backjack, stuff like that. I just wanted to say, this card, not only does it like not lose to like back removal, not only is it like a turn skip for the top meta decks, and not only does it allow you to like play into like more of your cards on your turn, since it doesn't affect you during your turn. The fact that it's not even like once per turn, which is gonna seem kind of weird, but because you might be like, oh, why would you ever need to use more than 1 per turn? Like, if you think about it, like if your opponent has some way to like negate the first one, you can just activate the second one if you do so happen to have it. There's no cost to it, like no lifelink cost, like the Psalms, no discard costs or whatever. It essentially acts like a floodgate for a turn. And I think these types of cards are just really strong in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it gives you so much control over the pace of the game. You can activate this during any single turn. It's not like a floodgate where once you activate it, it's kind of stuck on the board forever. Like, for example, you could be stuck under your own Imperial Order. Sometimes, like, even though it stops your opponent, it might also stop you as well. But then with a card like this, like I said, only affects like that single turn. Not only, and then brings me to my final point. I know I've been saying that like, oh, it doesn't affect you during your turn, but there are circumstances where if you use this during your turn, for example, if your opponent sets up a board, like you drew this turn 1, you didn't really like feel you really needed it, and then like later on in the duel, you can activate this on your turn, and then if you go battle phase, essentially your monsters are just banishing all of their monsters, so it prevents them from getting like floating effects. So even drawing this like mid to late game against certain decks isn't even that bad as well. So just keep in mind that, like, even if you don't draw this going like in your very first turn, it can still be really powerful, and that's one of the best parts of this card. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Let me know what you guys think of this card in the description below. I really do believe that this is one of the best sidecars this format, and I think you guys should definitely be considering it if you haven't already. But before we end off, I just want to say, if you guys haven't already checked it out, if you'd like to get your own 6-sleeve, custom sleeves and playmat like this, then be sure to check out Your Playmat. Your Playmat allows you to create your own fully customized card sleeves, playmats, tabletop mats, or even mouse pads with shipping worldwide. In addition, you can further enhance the designs of your sleeves or playmats with their premium editing services, or customize the border of your sleeves, making it all the more special. But if you can't come up with your own design, there are a myriad of professionally made sleeve and playmat designs for you to choose from. If all of this sounds like something you'd be interested in, be sure to use my affiliate link in the description below, or use code SAM10YP, that's SAM10YP, at checkout for 10% your entire order while helping to support my channel. But anyways, back to the video now. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps get the channel out. And it really helps keep me motivated to keep posting more videos like this. But with that being said, I will see you guys soon. Take care.